I'm not the light at the end of the tunnel for many of the families that I serve because for those families, they're not in a tunnel, they're in a cave. They feel like they're alone, they feel like there's no way out. So for me, I come in and I'm not there to be the end of the tunnel for them. I'm there to remodel the whole cave for them to see that where they're at, with the right adjustments, it can be a luxurious mansion and not some type of prison. Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to another video here at the Early Intervention Brothers YouTube channel. As you heard from the intro, this one's going to be a little different today. But before I get into it, please like, subscribe, and smash that bell notification so that way you can get alerts when new videos are uploaded. I want to go in a different direction today. As a home visitor, as well as a provider of ABA, I come into contact with a lot of parents. And a lot of times, the look in their eyes is defeat. They feel alone. They feel like they're in a prison. There's no end to the chaos that they go through. And it's tough. And as a professional, I take that personal, where I don't want them to feel that way. I want them to see that their current situation that they're in can change. It just requires them changing, so the parent changing, and changing the environment around their child. And if we can do that and stay consistent in doing so, we can change that cave completely. It does require a little outside of the box thinking, and it requires a ton of passion. Because I need parents to buy into what I'm doing. I need them to fully accept the role and the change that I'm about to implement. And if they do, they're no longer alone. They're no longer lost. They now have some light. And like I said in the intro, I'm not there to be the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm there to remodel the entire cave. And it's going to be difficult. Something that I pride myself on is building rapport with parents. And it's a vital component to the service that I provide. Because if I have that rapport with the parents, and a lot of times it's hard work to develop it. And really it needs to be established as soon as services start. Because that rapport builds trust. And if they trust you, they're going to buy in. They're going to drink the Kool-Aid. And it's not as easy to make happen as I'm making it sound. It's hard work. But in order to get parents to buy in, I tell them, give me a month. Whatever I'm suggesting, whatever I'm recommending, do it. Apply it. We will see change. And when they do, and they see a little bit increase in development, and when they do and they see a little change in their child, it's like setting the hook on the fish. Like you just got to reel the parent in. So parents, please be open-minded when receiving services. And the hardest part is applying and staying consistent. Because if you give in, if you cave in, and if you crack and you stop doing what's being recommended, it's like hitting the reset button. You're having to start all the way back on level 1. All the hard work that you've made has now been washed away. And I think for me, the hardest part of what it is that I do isn't dealing with the child and the behaviors. It's dealing with the look of defeat or no hope on the parent's eyes. And like I said, I take that personal. I come in, I bring the energy that I bring in. And I want parents to see that what we're about to do is going to be world changing. When I was younger, I used to tell people that I want to change the world. And others would look, they would laugh and think that that was dumb. But really what I'm doing now is world changing. I'm changing the entire world, one child, one family at a time. But with that change comes a bit of a pushback. And the pushback in the form of the child not wanting to follow through. Because everything that they've done to this point has worked for them. Even though the behaviors or the tantrums are really kind of fueling their ability to gain access to things that they want, it's not a functional way of communicating. And really parents start pulling their hair out. Thinking like, oh, I don't know what he wants right now. He's just crying. Nothing's going to make him happy because the child can't say or show in a functional way what it is that they want. So now that we're no longer going to respond in the same way, because if I'm in the home providing a service or if you're receiving service, means that what you were doing wasn't working. And now it's time to remodel everything and then stay consistent. And the hardest part is getting started, and the hardest part is staying consistent. So, with those two things, if you can kind of jump on board and apply the service the way that it's being recommended, you're going to see improvement. You're going to see a change. It may not be a huge jump in the change, but it'll be a small little sample. And once you get that little sample, trust me, parents, you're going to want more. You're going to want to continue to apply the service. You're going to want to continue to stay consistent. And when that happens, you're changing a behavior. You're remodeling that cave. And when you remodel the cave and you see results, it doesn't feel like a cave. You finally can have a life. You can finally feel quote unquote normal. So I really appreciate the time that you all have spent watching. Please like, subscribe, share. Please do that. Please share this information with someone. Raising children isn't easy. Raising a child with a developmental delay or a diagnosis that impacts their ability to learn or function makes it even harder. But parents, you're not alone. You have professionals that are passionate at what they do. And they're going to provide a service that helps you help your child have the life that you want to have. So that way, you don't need to be looking for that light at the end of the tunnel. You can just embrace life as it is in the moment with what you got. Thank y'all. Be safe.